Nature Files is brought to you by WWF with support from UNDP.
We were welcomed by a mist-like cloud enveloping hills and valleys of these forested depths, which are a habitat to the rare species of mountain gorillas. Inside the forest, the buzz of insects, birds chirping bring nature to life. There is a variety of animal species. However, poachers hunting for their life remain a big threat.
Bwindi Impenetrable forest. As you can see in the background, it's misty and it rains anytime in this very forest, a kind of climate and vegetation that cannot be tended for anything. It was gazetted by government in 1991, but at the time, most people, especially this village of Nkuringo, were depending on the forest for hunting as the source of meat. And as time went by, due to population explosion, many people started encroaching on the forest, which is also a habitat for mountain gorillas.
Vincent Chireko is now reformed. He demonstrates how they used to kill animals for meat.
Katego mutego ogwempuno weka engaji yali batamo gwajikwata habwe engaji kubena mani mingi yajena no mutego byona.
Their insatiable appetite for meat is something that the worldwide fund for nature has to grapple with.
Bitongole cha WWF kirutiye kutuhereza embuzi 52 so butiya tatucahigaga mwihamba aho kuguma ibitongole byo biratuhera biratuhana kasete turabona gasete zugure nyama.
Christopher Masaba, who is the acting conservation manager Bwindi and Mugahinga area, told NTV that before the park was gazetted, locals depended on the forest as the source of livelihood.
When it became a national park and the boundaries were drawn clearly, the feelings of the people remained to go back for the harvest. And others still harbored the feelings for going back to cultivate in the forest.
One of the key challenges is a large population living near the forest, as it is estimated that there are 300 people per square kilometer. Land fragmentation and tea growing, which thrives well in the area, is another threat to the forest.
Large areas for tea growing. So if one doesn't have land, would still feel if they got some bit of this forest, it would probably be a resource or a source for them to benefit from tea.
But through community awareness and interaction, the management has implored locals to adopt other sources of livelihood.
We have got strengths of the local governments. They are very supportive. They join us during these sensitization campaigns we carry out. And as you may know, the communities would believe in their leaders more than probably us.
According to Masaba, people here believe that a forest is a God-given resource.
Father used to go to the forest and hunt or cut timber. What do you think? I would not have that as something that should have also brought, an income for me. Okay? So those are some of the major issues that have created. Now what we have done is we have
asked one of the village environment committee officials on his role to sensitize the masses.
Have meat, they can rear goats, they can rear rabbits, they can rear cows. They slaughter those ones and have the meat. They used to get timber. The people have been encouraged to grow other plants like eucalyptus, which is giving them timber instead of looking at the forest. They used to mine gold. They now get livelihood from crafts, which are sold to the tourists who are going to Bwindi.
Many locals here once engaged in beekeeping to keep off the vice of poaching, but they were not disciplined.
Areas for them to place beehives so that they harvest from it, but it became a problem where they put beehives is where we could find bigger problems or bigger illegal activities. So that one was put off.
Another means of saving the park is by handing about 20% of the gate collection from tourists to the community. Although the poachers hardly hunt gorillas, they target other animals.
You have reedbacks, you have duikers, you have dick-dicks. Those are the small animals they may look for.
Bwindi covers 330.8 square kilometers and it is a habitat to a variety of wildlife. Sudhir Byaruhanga, NTV.
Nature Files was brought to you by WWF with support from UNDP.